In the Desert of Set, a Setian podcast written and produced by G.B. Marion, priest of Set in the LV 426 tradition. This podcast is about the religion of Setianism and the experience of being a Setian or a follower of Set in modern times. Please join me as I discuss any number of things pertaining to the mighty Red Lord, Great Set. It's fucked up how the behaviors we develop to survive as kids can bite us in the ass when we are grown-ups. As a kid, I was conditioned to believe that asserting myself is bad, wrong, mean, and selfish. I was taught that if I love someone, I should just keep my mouth shut whenever they do anything that disappoints me or hurts me. If I speak up about it, I am being an asshole and I don't deserve to be loved. How insidious it is that such conditioning can affect us even as adults. I recently lost a good friend who occasionally did things that disappointed me. I kept silent about my feelings for so long that when I finally tried to express myself, it destroyed the friendship. Then I started hating myself for even trying to talk with this person about my misgivings at all. If I just hadn't said anything, we would still be friends, my brain keeps telling me. I ruined this friendship, and it's all my fault. This kind of childhood conditioning can even affect your professional life. If I land a better job and my current employer gets upset that I am leaving, I feel like a horrible person. I feel like I'm an ungrateful prick. I feel like I'm being mean and something bad is going to happen to me as a punishment. Even when my logical mind knows I am doing something good for myself, even when I remember that other people hire into better jobs all the time, I still feel like I am bad. The reality is that none of these things is true. The voice that whispers these awful things to me inside my brain is not my own voice, but the voice of my childhood trauma. When I blame myself for ruining that friendship, or when I hate on myself for doing something that's good for my own professional development, it is not really me that's speaking. It's my male parental unit. It's the man who bullied me and manipulated me when I was little. The man who was never impressed by anything I tried to do. The man who delighted in making me feel powerless, trapped, and afraid. I resonate with Set because he refuses to control or be controlled. Like him, I chafe at the thought of anyone telling me who or what I can or cannot be. And like him, I absolutely detest the idea of trying to control anyone else's life. When I came to Set at age 14, it drove my male progenitor nuts. Here was something he couldn't take away from me, no matter how much he hit me or tried to shame me. He could burn all my books and break all my sacred objects, but he could never remove Set from my heart. And this gave me the resilience I needed to truly start defining myself apart from the toxicity in which I was raised. But even though I started on this quest all those years ago, the journey is still in progress. I am still learning how things in my childhood are affecting my adult life. I am still learning how to not hate myself when I do things that are good for me. I am still learning how to love myself and not listen to that ugly voice in my mind that expects me to fail. I am still learning how to determine myself and to not let anyone else define me. So take it from a Setian who has been walking with Big Red for over 24 years. Ain't none of us here are Nietzschean supermen. It's totally okay if you are still fighting demons from your childhood. Nobody, least of all Set, expects you to be John Rambo. And even if Rambo were real, he'd be suffering from PTSD too, just like all the rest of us. If you struggle with hating yourself because of traumatic things that happened to you, you are not alone by any stretch of the imagination, and it's absolutely okay. Just try to remember that when you get to feeling that way, it's your trauma talking. It is not reality. And try to remember, too, that talking about your feelings is a strength, not a weakness. Listening to others talk about their feelings and helping them feel comfortable enough to share them is a strength as well. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. If you'd like to read a free transcript, or if you'd like to stream or download my original music, please visit desertofset.com. Set bless. Have a wonderful day.